What does a 16-hour flight to Japan actually look like? So we arguably booked with one of the cheapest airlines, which is Air China, and that is a 16-hour flight plus a connection in Beijing. And when I say cheap, I really do mean cheap. For a return flight, it was only £550 when I booked back in December. Now, yeah, these are economy seats, but to be honest, unless you want to spend another grand and a half, these are really good value. And you may be thinking, Addie, I don't care about the check-in process. I don't care about how easy it was to get in. What are the flights actually like? Is Air China any good? And I have some good news for you. Despite the fact that we paid for some of the cheapest seats available, we actually had a pretty decent flight. Firstly, for some reason, Air China actually has a pretty good selection of in-flight movies, including Oppenheimer. Although fair warning, the Wi-Fi that is advertised as part of the flight is only available to use on the airline's website, so you cannot use it for social media, you cannot use it for YouTube, so for love of God, make sure you download anything you want to watch before you get there. What about the airplane food? I hear you cry. Well, luckily, I have some good news about that too. Honestly, the food was kind of bussin'. Like, can't even lie, I actually kind of enjoyed all of it. I looked forward to the in-flight meals. They really weren't bad at all. Have you ever tried chicken porridge? Because I did, and honestly, I was kind of hooked. It really goes to show that you shouldn't be afraid of trying new food, even if it's airline food, because honestly, you might surprise yourself. And if you're worried about legroom or feeling comfy when it comes to trying to sleep on the flight, luckily the seats actually come with a decent amount of legroom. You can put your feet directly under the seats in front of you, and you can recline your chair. Now, when it came to the changeover in Beijing, the security was quite a lot tighter than the UK, and it was pretty intimidating. So just be warned, you might feel a little uncomfortable going through the check-in there. Also, if you're arriving at Haneda Airport just like we are, I highly recommend getting the train from the airport because it is super straightforward and really easy to access. Instead of paying the best part of £50 to £60 for an airport taxi, we instead just got the train line, which only cost us about £1.50 each to get to the station right near our hotel. Flights can be super intimidating, especially if you aren't used to them or one that is this length. But I do seriously recommend Air China if you're looking for a cheaper alternative to get to Japan, and honestly, the whole thing was really straightforward.